Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to World Copper's channel, the exploration and development of world-class copper assets in Chile. Forefronting this commodities renaissance, as always, Chief Executive Officer Nolan Peterson. Welcome back, sir.
Hey, thanks for having me again. Always a
Always
pleasure.
Always love seeing you, man, especially in this hot commodities market.
Yeah.
We're going to break down a lot of this today, but I want to focus more on this major news as Cardero Resource Corp agreed to combine the respective businesses. Do you mind breaking down what entails in Cardero there and how that implies some value to World Copper as well?
Yeah, so Cardero is a well-known name in the Canadian mining industry, had a very long and storied history starting in the 2000s. We signed an agreement to merge with them last year, and we finally closed on it last Friday. So it's a big milestone in the company, for both companies rather. Unfortunately, Cardero doesn't exist anymore, but the legacy lives on within World Copper. We bring in the Azonia asset in Arizona, which is a very attractive near-term production copper oxide story in an attractive jurisdiction. So that gives us something to work with while we're also developing Escalones. There's a lot of synergies involved with having the two projects together. Because Zonia is a little bit earlier in production, it's also a little bit less capital cost. We can work to develop it sooner, bring cash flow online earlier, which would help to fund Escalones as well. There's significant upside potential at Zonia still. A lot of exploration work to be done there as well, in addition to what's already viable as a project. So that's something that we'll be adding, looking to add to in the future as well.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, I think this is really going to help diversify World Copper's assets pretty nicely. Do you want to break down, I mean, there was a 29 million share kind of transaction there. Do you want to kind of just break down the cost structure behind this deal?
Yeah, so it was all shares transaction. We issued 29 million shares to Cardero shareholders, and that effectively gave them each shareholder of Cardero one World Copper share for each 5 Cardero shares that they exchanged. So there was no cash involved in the transaction. The company combined through a plan of arrangement, a little bit of a legal technical term, to join us as a subsidiary. And that's basically the story. We announced the transaction. Cardero's value at the time was under $10 million. So it was a very nice pickup. Since that time already, our share price combined with Cardero has improved significantly, showing that I think the market is very happy with what we've done on marketing the story to the market. And as we start to develop it, it'll only become better.
Yeah, very clean cut. I'd have to agree. And on top of that, I mean, you did just announce a news filing that kind of relates nicely, because as of January 28th, you are finally 1 year on the public markets, and this stock price has done very well. So shareholders are probably pretty happy about that. Do you want to just offer any anecdotes behind your 1 year?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a very great year for us since we started. A little bit rocky at the start. Every IPO goes through that. I joined in April. Since then, we've had pretty good success. We came up with our updated resource statement on the Escalones project, which we've talked about before. It's allowed us to advance to a PEA, which will be issued very shortly as well. We closed the transaction with Cardero. So the market is starting to pay attention to what we're doing at World Copper. We're more than just an exploration story. We're becoming a development story with exploration potential. There's a lot going on here. We're building a credible reputation of, if we say we're going to do something, we end up doing it. That's something I pride myself on. We're embracing the trends in copper and mining development. And by that, I mean, we're looking at green, clean options for producing our metals in as sustainable a manner as is possible in an extractive industry. And yeah, other than that, we've had very strong support from our shareholders recently. Well performing. I think we have significant runway available to us, which will become very clear as well once we get those PEA results out very soon as well. And we have a drill program starting soon too. So lots of news coming down the pipe. That's why you and I are talking all the time. And I'm very happy to keep updating shareholders as things come.
On that note, Nolan, I definitely appreciate these updates today. So thanks so much for coming out.
Thank you.
Always a pleasure, man. And on that note, if you guys want to learn more and get this news as it comes down the wire, always consider subscribing for those future updates in this commodities renaissance. Let us know what you think about copper, any other commodity assets that you're interested in that comment section below. But stay cool, stay awesome. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one.